And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positive.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Johnson to return it. Oh, nice move. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Here's 2nd and 9. Johnson running right. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. Escapes the defender. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play that time by the Jets. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down. Showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receiver's understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They go play action now. Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Come on, baby. We got to do our job. We got to do our job.
And that's on big Mekhi Becton, 1st-round pick in 2020. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Booker to return it. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston set to take over. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
A big pickup there on the run. Interesting. He told us that he likes to run right more than left, but there he looked pretty comfortable going left for a big gain, Charles.
Kind of like a basketball player who has a dominant side that he dribbles to, but the ability to cross that over, change it up, and break a tendency can often lead to great results, as we just saw there.
On first down, Potter. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Throwing on first down, Potter. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Loose. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets pop free.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular...
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A handoff here to NYJvHOU. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's complete to Chris Conley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. First down. It's Hawkins. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hawkins. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Hawkins. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's able to get up here to the 26. On first down, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. From the 39, Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. Wilson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Play action. Now Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson as the first half is winding down. And the Jets go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. John Franklin Myers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they get set to play host to the Chicago Bears. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
On 1st and 10, Potter. He's got his tight end over the middle, NYJvHOU. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Potter. Ogunbowale on the screen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Potter. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Off play action. Potter. He'll buy some time right. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Potter. This is Booker on the dump off. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. From the gun on 3rd down, Potter. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Operating from the gun, Potter. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dare Ogunbowale. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast, where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The return man, Ty Johnson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Johnson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense taking over again. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. On 1st down, Potter. Oh, look at the juke. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Rolling to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Drops it underneath for Booker. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing on first down. Potter. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Potter. And this will be incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
The throw taken in by Hamilton. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Back to throw again. He gets it to Cooks. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Hands it off out of the gun. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And they'll run again. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dare Ogunbowale, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
Fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, 2nd one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up. Had that lead, they were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. On first down, It's Hawkins, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Still 9 remaining on second down. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Uses the spin. And they can't bring him down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the press. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing now is Wilson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jimmy Moreland. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the draw, it's Booker. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. With NYJvHOU, and he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They run it. It's NYJvHOU, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. New York ready to go again offensively. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense defense, of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead in